What is going on, everybody? This is Mr. Exquisite Nugget. We are live here at South Point. Got everybody alerted from Twitter to Instagram to Snapchat that I am live. Hope everyone is doing well. This is going to be a little segment we call Friday Night Free Talks. And basically, kind of just going to discuss some things with you guys, tell you a bit about myself, how's life. Or even if you guys are here on the stream, make sure to leave a comment, share the video, live stream, subscribe if you haven't, rate it, and definitely spread the word, guys, because the community is growing. We're at 61 subs and counting. I'm very grateful. I truly am, guys, for whoever from either work, friends who I've known for a while, and the simple fact that, yeah, this means a lot just being here with you guys, considering it's just like there's no channel or community without any of the viewers here. So I definitely want to give a shout out to both, obviously, God, my family, like specifically my dad and my brother, for giving me a chance for this. Like Adam Mares from DMVR to Eric, what is his name? Brendan Vogt, who's one of the guys, one of the homies, Harrison Wind. They kind of, like when I did the first show with them, what is it, back in July? Was it July? Yeah, it was a while back, but I can't believe, like, when they were out here in Vegas during Summer League, it was a great time, and honestly, it just helped open the door for me so I could, explore my options and see how great things would be in terms of from podcasting after DJing, or still going to be doing that with music, figuring out, like, how to balance this out with my work, because it is pretty busy, but I am forever going to be tied with this because I love talking basketball with you guys, or even other stuff with life around the association. And it's just more, great to relate to people who are either in the same community or those who are, using their voice on their platforms, either this or Instagram. I definitely know I could do this more even with my phones. So, yeah, there's that. I'm grateful for the access and within this space. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from, or how's everybody's night going. You already know we have to rock this, the all teams NBA shirt, because everyone right now is discussing. We got the Celtics and the Bucks playing a huge game right now in Boston. So there is that. Who else is playing right now? I want to get into like this next segment because it's been busy. I was working. I got to wear all white. I went to B-Dubs. Had my first beer in a long time. So it's not like I'm drinking a lot. Just having a good time with the friend, or seeing like how it is at Buffalo Wild Wings after it's been like a few years or quite some time. So I want to backtrack all the way. This will be the next segment for Around the Association for what it is today. Yesterday's games, I want to start off with the biggest one already. The Denver Nuggets had a historic night for Nikola Jokic in particular, where he had another triple-double surpassing Magic Johnson. What's up, my guy, Noah Linden? It's such a shame. And Noah, you can even share this in the chat. Jamal Murray and the Nuggets. But Michael Malone, there's so many factors as to why we lost. And it's just like, guys, if we played as a team and if we stopped giving up three-point shots against, they're the best team, the Cavs, but we could have easily won the game. Have we had all the momentum going into the second half or going into halftime? What was it, 62, 66? But as you know, we kind of played sloppy in the third quarter. The third quarter killed us, which was terrible. And the fourth quarter was just the nail in the coffin. But you got to give credit for AG coming back. We got so many guys who've been out, from Jokic, who had his kid. AG was out for a while with the hamstring. Jamal might be out now he's got right. I looked on the injury report. He might be having right hamstring inflammation. But this needs to be discussed. Because the Nuggets losing like this for a winnable game still against the best team, yeah, it's possible. We saw that. They had a chance to take the lead or even go up big. But when you give up, so many easy points from not just three-point shots, back cuts, guys driving to the rim, the defense isn't there. And this is why KCP is missed, because when you can't navigate screens like Christian Brown, it's kind of bad because, yeah, he's a good on-ball defender, but if it comes from drop coverage or screens, he's not that great. And this is exactly why, if we had, say, Bruce Brown, and everybody wants to compare this team to the past teams, like from either last year or the year before when we won the championship, it was really difficult finding our way with certain teams. Like if we had to say play Miami or Boston or certain teams that, it will be hard. Yeah, we can admit that, but we at least had the right pieces at the right time. And now that Calvin Booth, I don't really want to put all the blame on him, but him, Jamal, I feel like some of the blame goes to the Kroenkes and kind of Malone because of his coaching philosophy. But yeah, guys, it's been a roller coaster of a year, and really want to discuss it. Like, let me know what you guys really think of like how the Nuggets have been playing lately. For those who know, like my guy Noah, even me, I've been disappointed lately because yeah, Jokic, he's about to be 30 soon in a few months, and the fact that he's in his prime right now, and we're trying to do whatever we can, but it just seems like Jamal doesn't want to wake up or go play any good. I even talked with my cousin earlier. It's pretty rough right now. So to even say that the Denver Nuggets are where they once were it's a very far off. And I just think right now, because everything relates back to why Jokic is the greatest player of all time, at least for the Nuggets. So yeah, everything pretty much relies on him, because when you take him out of the game, and if it's just the Nuggets without Jokic, it's so bad, man. Zeke, Najee is terrible. Dario Saric is terrible. DJ is terrible. Like, we don't really have a true backup center. Deron Holmes could have been decent had he not gotten injured. But, yeah, we've got a lot of things that we need to figure out. Like, if Jamal's 1 point shy or can't even go above 20 points or 30 points, what are we going to do? It's disheartening, because it's just like we work so hard to try and get Jokic the most talent, or we're trying to make a statement around the league showing that we're still one of the top teams. But if we lose the teams, say even like the Clippers, it's really, really frustrating to kind of stick up for, say, Jamal Murray, to stick up for, the lack of effort that, say, the Nuggets are providing on defense. And everybody either wants to blame Jamal, MPJ, anybody that's not Jokic. And even Jokic has bad nights, like where some want to put some blame on him. But, regardless, if they want to get back to that, they need to make a trade. They need to figure out who they can afford, because the Nuggets really don't have so much trade value. If we end up in the play-in this year, it is time to blow the steam. I hate to say it, yeah, we don't even have any draft capital. It's true. And the Denver Nuggets right now, if we end up as a play-in, if we don't even make the playoffs and we lose the play-in, then that's a serious issue, because the Lakers, we're right neck and neck with them. I would hate to face them. Not that we're scared of them, but it's just like, what are we going to do, man? And even finishing in the top 6 seed, it doesn't matter, dude. Like, we can't just be a 6 seed. If we were a 3 second, hell, a 4 seed even, we'd be making waves. But right now, the Nuggets are like in the mid-tier level, guys. They're not a great team because, yeah, we got Westbrook, sure. We got Jokic, absolutely. It's not going to matter, though, when you have guys that aren't reliable, like Jamal Murray, inconsistent as ever. MPJ, he'll have some issues or deficiencies some nights. Even Aaron Gordon might, may not be the most electric player. We still got to figure it out, though. Because if we want to make this worth it for Jokic's, prime and whatever he's got on his contract, it's got to be, something big. So we'll have to see how that goes, guys. But, yeah, we've got bigger plans moving forward. Let me keep going around the association. I know that I don't want to just sit here on the Nuggets loss to the Cavs, which was 114-126. A historic night again. Congrats to Jokic, but it always gets spoiled at the worst times. Like that Phoenix game when we were playing them in the playoffs. I think he had a career high of 51 or 50-plus points, but it wasn't enough. So you got the Dallas Mavericks that beat the Washington Wizards easily, 137-101. They're the worst team in the league, I think, the Wizards, only with 2 wins. And, yeah, the rest are losses. But, guys, for teams, like, we should be at least grateful we're not Washington or Charlotte having to rebuild or figure out our identity, because that would really suck. So, continuing on, we've got the Hornets and the Knicks, 101-125 in Madison Square Garden. I think this game was pretty big for, what's his name, Jalen Brunson. Let's see. Yeah, Jalen Brunson had 24 points. Karl Anthony Towns had a double-double, 16 rebounds, 27 points. This is why the Knicks got better, is because, yeah, they got Karl Anthony Towns. And some people want to say his defense sucks, and it kind of is. But, he's still a versatile threat from both 3 and, his size is still something to be taken into account for. So just remember that. The Thunder trample over the Raptors, 129-92. That game was over even before it started, I'm sure. So Phoenix without Kevin Durant. I don't like the Suns either, but I like my guy KD. 124 to 126 against the Pelicans. The Pelicans got the win just barely. And I'm surprised to say that if New Orleans is really, well, most of their players have been injured, but if they actually pose a threat to us, then this is going to be difficult. The Bulls, they just keep scoring, man. They don't play a lick of defense, though. 139 to 124 against the San Antonio Spurs. These games, if they plan on getting rid of both Vucevic and Zach LaVine, should be quite the interesting feat if they actually go to that. Because that team has been trying to find ways. They've been so mediocre for so long. It's like, what are you doing? You got the Sacramento Kings 110 to 115 against the Grizzlies. John Morant got ejected. I think it was like within the last 6-7 minutes when he got a foul on DeRozan, but the refs ejected him. Head coach of them, Taylor Jenkins, got I don't know if it was a tag, but yeah, he was definitely pissed off. The Grizzlies, though, they're still a top 5 team. It's crazy, man. Even without well, they don't have Steven Adams anymore, but it's like, yeah, without any of their main superstar guys, it's just like, wow, they're still hustling, they're still playing great. And then the Red Hot Rockets lose on the road in Golden State, 99 to 93, without even Steph Curry. So that is something, man, for Andrew Wiggins. Or let's see, Andrew Wiggins had 23. Jonathan Kuminga had 33 points. That's why, like, guys like Christian Brown, Jonathan Kuminga, like those guys who you draft and like who come in their first year and win a championship, those guys are valuable, man. They must be doing something right. So, yeah, for today, the Magic lose 94 to 102 against the 76ers. Franz Wagner has been balling out. Paul George, let's check the stats real quick. Magic are 16-9, while the Sixers are like at the bottom, nearly 6-15. So to even say the least that the 76ers are underperforming, it is terrible, man. Like the 76ers were supposed to have high expectations with, Paul George or Nick Nurse, but they've regressed so bad, man. Franz Wagner had 30 points, 5-5. Paul George had 21. Yeah, highest scorer for the game was this Kenyon Martin Jr., who's now with the 76ers, surprisingly. It's like, yeah, they're doing pretty decent, honestly. Well, now that they got some of their guys back. This is the Lakers versus Hawks, 115, 114. The Hawks were down, like, quite a bit. This is, like, the last minute or so. Let's see. And, like, what's that score say? But, yeah, they're pretty much right there, neck and neck. I wouldn't be surprised if, 116, 115. Yeah, this game's going to go back and forth. Maybe overtime, guys. But for this game, the Celtics are now up 107 to 102. Man, you talk about teams that really don't like each other, both in green. The Milwaukee Bucks were eliminated by the Celtics, if I remember, back in 2022 in 6 games. And, seeing now like how the Celtics are the best team still, even with the defending title, I think that the Nuggets are going to really have a hard time. Not just against their 3-point shots, but it's like they have good 3-point shooters. They can take the shots, but they just don't choose to, and that's the problem. They're the least, 3-point shooting team, like taking up as many attempts. So you got the Kings beating the Spurs right now, 100 to 86. This is going to be a high-scoring game, I'm sure. Chicago is playing Indiana Pacers in Chicago, 112 to 107. You got a big game here. Hopefully, if Steph Curry returns, it's the Timberwolves at Golden State, and then you got the Jazz at the Trailblazers. So, looking back now, and I also want to discuss the WNBA because the expansion draft just happened. I'm very surprised to say, so much has been going on because Friday night, for those who aren't aware, it's been a pretty eventful, already first month, 2 months nearly into the season. And teams that you'd probably be expecting, like, say, the Nuggets, the Lakers, so many teams to be at the top tier or at top of the, standings, but they're so off because of either from, Calvin Booth's management to the Kroenkes ownership to Coach Malone's philosophy, calling a timeout after, the opposing team hits a 3. It's so frustrating, man. And even Swipe Cam, not really a shout out, but he even addressed this on Locked On Nuggets. I watched all the podcasts from DNVR. They're very sick of it. Just the simple truth is that they can't keep doing this. Otherwise, we're probably going to be out. Jokic is going to be exhausted. We're kind of sick of seeing the same bullshit over and over again. Excuse my language, but it's true. And that's exactly what will be the end of the Nuggets if they don't figure this out. So hopefully that's something needs to make a change from either this week before the trade deadline, because otherwise, yeah, like I said, the Nuggets are in I wouldn't say hot water, but they're just like in a very big hole right now because they haven't been able to, reestablish that dominance they once had. Like, what is it, from a couple of years ago where, yeah, they were the first seed, and that was the best time ever, man. Like, when you got teams like that, like, say, the Boston Celtics right now, they're neck and neck 1 and 2 with the Cavs. But it's kind of a shame because you're never going to be able to win this season. I don't even think they'll probably win the championship at this point because I'm calling it right here. Unless Jamal Murray decides to show up as like what he did in the bubble or like what he's been doing before, there's no way that they're going to win. It's plain and simple, guys. The WNBA expansion draft, this is the next segment. It happened today. It was only 30 minutes, but yeah, it was pretty simple because they submitted the list. But, looking back, like this draft, believe it or not, is kind of big because for a new team joining the WNBA, the Golden State Valkyries, you're going to have Toronto and Portland in 2026, 2 years from now. So it should be interesting to see where this all leads to. If Denver got a WNBA team, I'd be excited too. Hell, I mean, I know I'm rooting for Minnesota because that's the only Minnesota team I like, but there is that. Let's take a look at some of the players. I think it's Ileana Rupert from the Atlanta Dream. These are the 11 players that got selected, unfortunately. You've got Maria. I can't really read some of these names, so if I can't read it, please excuse me. Maria Conce, Veronica Burton from the Connecticut Sun. You've got Carla Lete from the Dallas Wings. You've got Temi Fagbenley from the Indiana Fever. Kate Martin from the Aces. Seattle didn't get selected, surprisingly. The Los Angeles Sparks player was Stephanie Talbot, Cecilia Zandalicini from the Lynx, Kayla Thornton from the Liberty. Let's see, Monique Billings from the Mercury. And last but not least, the Washington Mystics was Julie Benlou. So, yeah, pretty eventful day for the WNBA because Golden State, with the Warriors, they're going to be the main affiliate of the Valkyries. So with the Golden State Valkyries, now having a team, when that team becomes inaugural in 2025, it should be fun to watch. I'll definitely keep you guys more updated on these stories as they develop, or like how the WNBA for the NBA, just everything all around, guys. But let me know. Yeah, I'm probably going to even do some of these random free talks and just see how's life, guys, how's work, everything else. And just tell me a little bit about you guys. I know my guy Noah's on here. I got my cousin sometimes always running in and out, my uncle. But yeah, but definitely tell me how you guys are doing, or check in from work or wherever you guys are tuning in from home, if you're with your best friend. Because our community is growing, guys. This couldn't have been done or been possible without you. The best part is that we're just getting started. Mr. Exquisite Nugget, it's going global, because when you have a brand like this, it's really nice to say that, wow, it can become a household name here in the community. So I'm grateful, guys. This is Mr. Exquisite Nugget signing off on a Friday night. Going to enjoy some games or whatever games are left over. Stay tuned for more content on this weekend because I got some friends coming in from Florida. But other than that, guys, this is your boy, Cedric, Mr. Exquisite Nugget signing off. And as always, Aaron Gordon.